Welcome to Orlando, Florida in January of 2024. Hey everyone, I'm Patrick from Oakland Travel, and it's the start of another vlog series. This one is the Allure of the Seas in January 2024. A short little 4-night cruise out of Port Canaveral, Florida here. You see the Allure of the Seas kind of right there on the left as we're driving over to the port from our home in Orlando, Florida. And this one was just a little sort of last minute addition almost. Summer of 2023, looking at the calendar. And I decided kind of the end of January of 2024 looked like a good time to sort of slide another cruise in there. And the primary reason for doing this one actually was I wanted to go see the new cruise terminal over in Nassau, Bahamas that had opened in, I think, the summer of 2023 or fall of 2023, whatever time it was. There you see the Allure in the background as we're pulling into Cruise Terminal 1's parking garage. And so we wanted to see the new terminal and looked at the itineraries that were out there for Royal Caribbean and saw the Allure of the Seas. And it was, you know, pretty inexpensive considering where it was going to and where it's coming from, the length of the cruise and so on. And so I figured, why not? So that's what we're doing here. And of course, we also get a chance to go to Royal Caribbean's private island, Perfect Day, Coco Cay on this one. So quick little cruise, leaving on a Monday morning right here, a day at sea on Tuesday. Wednesday was Nassau, Thursday was Perfect Day, and then Friday morning we're back into Orlando. It's a nice, short, simple little cruise. And this was 10:30 in the morning, or actually about 10:15, because I got the earliest time slot available, which was actually 10:30, which really kind of surprised me because most of the time I thought the earliest time slot that you could book these days was like 11 a.m. And I waited literally until about 10 minutes after midnight when the window opened to do the check-in reservation. And sure enough, 10:30, I'm like, okay, we'll do that one. So it was perfect, actually, because it allowed us to get on the ship pretty quickly, pretty early, get that safety drill out of the way and all that kind of stuff. And so the earlier the better, as far as that goes, so you get your vacation started early. So right here in the bottom level of the garage, the usual scene for us, we pull up because we drove over from Orlando, of course. So you get over here, you drop the luggage, and then you head into the terminal. And I don't know, maybe it was because of the early time, with the reservation time window and everything, but it just moved super quickly. We were just dropped the luggage. We were up here on deck 3 of the parking garage. We were into the terminal in no time. There was no waiting. It was really, really fast and efficient. It was awesome. Because the last time we were right here was in May of 2022 for Harmony, and it was completely the opposite. It was an absolute mess. If you go find the series on my YouTube channel from that cruise, you'll see all of these little things out here where people can stand in line. That entire area was covered with people back in May of 2022 because there was such a tremendous line to get into the terminal, because back then you had to do all of the paperwork for the COVID testing and all of that stuff, and it was a mess. So 2 years later, almost 2 years later, and we're sort of back to normal, if you will, in terms of the experience of getting into the terminal and everything like that. So it was really nice to sort of return to normal. So you come up to the top level of the garage, or the terminal here, and you come around that corner, and it's really cool because they've sped up the process so much now that you'll see here in a second when we get over there. All of the people that work there, they've got tablets. It's just super fast and quick. It definitely speeds things up, though, if you have your passport. If you're doing a birth certificate and driver's license, that might slow it down a little bit. Passport is so much better and so much easier. So if you're going to go cruising and you don't have a passport, you want to do everything you can to get one, because it'll help you in so many different aspects of travel. Anytime you leave the United States, that is really your official document. And if for some reason you went cruising in the Caribbean or just elsewhere outside of the U.S. and something happened and you needed to get back into the U.S. without a passport, it's going to be a lot more difficult. So just one of those little tips there. Make sure you get a passport before you go on a cruise. You can do expedited service with the Department of State and everything to get a passport. So you see all those chairs there. It's a nice big terminal that opened years ago, and the way they move people through there these days, I don't know how often those chairs get used. Back in 2017, when we did the embarkation for the Oasis of the Seas, back then you couldn't get on the ship before 11 a.m. and we actually got to the terminal too early. It got checked in like this little process right here, but then had to actually go sit in those chairs and wait for them to actually allow people to start boarding. So we've actually used the chairs once, but that was a long time ago. And so now it's much faster, much more streamlined. And you see here, like just literally within a matter of a couple of minutes for her to kind of check everything, check the passport, scan it with the camera right there on the tablet. It's just so fast and so easy. And then they're already letting people onto the ship. So they're turning around everything so quickly that, like I said, we were on the ship and we were probably walking on the ship at 10:30 at this point. And then so once we get on there, we're able to go ahead and get the security drill out of the way, the safety drill. And there really isn't much to that either, because nowadays all you do is watch the little video on your app on your phone, and then you have to go to your muster station. They scan the barcode on your set sail pass or the barcode on the app in your phone, and then that checks you in at the muster drill station so that you know where it is. And that's it. You're done. The safety drill has also been sped up quite a bit over the years, because early days of cruising for us, way back in 2005, when we first started with Royal Caribbean, way back then, you had to actually go stand on the deck out, on the outer part of the ship, like on deck 5 or, whatever, and put the actual life jacket on. And it was bad. It was a mess, especially if you cruised during the summer months. Everybody standing out there in single file line with the life jackets on, waiting to be sort of counted off like almost on a clipboard almost. Those were the old days. So now here in 2024, it is so much faster, so much easier. So anybody that is cruising now that didn't cruise back then, thankfully you got to skip all of the all of the old stuff. So as you see here, you pull up, and what they did right there with the tablets, that actually signs us onto the ship. So the security, there's no more, nothing else. You literally just walk onto the ship from here. It's pretty cool. That process has also been streamlined quite a bit. And so you just literally go up the ramp and boom, you are on deck 5 on the Royal Promenade. For buying something. No, we just walk on from here. It's warm in here.
Hi guys.
Oh, maybe they don't have passport.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do not enter. Yeah, the passport trumps everything.
She probably didn't have a passport if she was.
I don't understand the people that are going to go on a cruise and don't get the passport.
Eventually, most people will learn.
It's funny how they didn't have a problem with the photo that I uploaded. But the last couple of times, they made me take a picture right there.
Well, the photo that she saw, it sounded like it was your cruise.
It was. Yeah. Yeah, and then don't you remember that? They made me take the photo. Right there at check-in.
So, like, I don't even know the photo. It would have been from like several weeks. Morning, everybody.
This is one of the ones I uploaded. Hello.